I'd like to say that this chasuble, this vestment that I have the privilege of wearing today, comes directly from Lourdes, that sacred sanctuary in southern France in the Pyrenees, right near Spain. And it's where in 1858, Our Lady appeared to Bernadette. And this was just 4 years after Pope Pius IX officially declared in a dogma that Mary is the Immaculate Conception. So 4 years later, in a sign, a clear, direct sign from heaven, Mary appeared to Bernadette, and when the young woman asked, who are you? She said, I am the Immaculate Conception, to ratify what the Pope had declared 4 years earlier. And friends, this is an amazing, wonderful day that we celebrate, the Solemnity of the Immaculate Conception of Mary. In the United States, in 2020, we have just experienced a year like no other. A pandemic, a contentious election, fear of hunger and debt, civil unrest over racial discrimination. Who is to blame? China, political parties, billionaires on Wall Street, racism? Since the beginnings, humans have played the blame game. When God confronted Adam with his naked sin, Adam blamed Eve and even God for placing the woman in the garden with me. Eve blamed Satan because he tempted her. But this blame game leads nowhere. The woman whose Immaculate Conception we celebrate today can teach us the way out as she taught young Patrick Peyton. When he ceased pitying himself and blaming God and others for his life-threatening illness, she provided the key. He recognized the life-giving role of Mary and turned to her in prayer for help. In his own words, here is what happened. This is a direct quote from Father Peyton. On December the 7th, 1939, so he's 30 years old, I was given permission to attend Mass the next day in the infirmary chapel, one of the few Masses I had been allowed to attend since the beginning of that year, which saw me hospitalized. That next day, December the 8th, the feast, the Solemnity of the Immaculate Conception, I was wheeled from my room and into the chapel. Father Irving was the celebrant on that day that the Mother of God touched my heart and pierced my soul. It was at the Mass on that day that Father Irving concluded the first reading of the Mass with these words: "Whoever shall find me shall find life and shall have salvation from the Lord." Mary's words. Tears flooded my eyes. A bell rang in my heart. Those words came from Mary's lips and kissed my soul. On that day, those words were meant for my ear. I've known it all along, in the sense that one knows when heaven has brushed your heart. One just knows. And the sure knowledge resounded within my heart and was spoken by my lips. Mary, you have done this literally for me this day. Father Peyton continues, Patrick Peyton continues. An envelope came to me sometime later from the sanitarium doctors. This letter would tell me if I was well enough to return to the seminary. For a moment. Or whether I was to be confined yet longer within the walls of my sick room in the infirmary. With great hesitation and trepidation, I finally opened the envelope to learn my fate. I was free to return to my studies. Another beautiful sign from Our Lady. Indescribable emotion welled within me, and before a picture of the Immaculate Heart of Mary in my room, I offered my best in return. Mary, I hope I'll never disgrace you. Immaculate Mary, help our country, help each one of us, help our families to cease blaming and to unite under your maternal patronage. Amen.